while year on year the numbers look good, in fact the profits have seen a big jump. It's sequentially where the numbers have fallen. So we're joined by with Mr. Mishra, who's the management of Welspun Corp. First up, sir, why the volatility? Year on year the numbers show a significant improvement, while quarterly, sequentially, as compared to the last quarter, the profits have fallen as much by 90%, while the margins have also come off.
Well, I think it's almost like a reiteration of the same statement that I have been probably giving almost for the last 15 years, that we are a company that probably everybody needs to look at on a year-on-year basis. There is always a volatility in quarter-on-quarter performance as far as we are concerned. That's primarily because we are doing a volume of in excess of 1 million tons, and sometime, like when in the beginning of the year, if your order booking is low, you are going to take some orders primarily to run your mills. So those orders would have a lower EBITDA margin as compared to the one probably which is going to constitute almost 60-70% of your order, which is much better margin. So you might see a, okay, we have seen probably a 220 crore operating EBITDA this quarter. Next quarter it could be very different, and it could be probably, following the same pattern as you saw probably the last quarter of last year.
Okay. What percentage of your business is dependent on oil prices? Because that's been the asset which is weakened. So could you give us the correlation as well as what percentage of your revenues depend on how crude moves?
Very interesting question, because I have been talking about this almost for the last 4 months, and of course in various conferences and whatnot. I must tell you that the crude price is probably going to impact immediately the OCTG business, which is
what is OCTG?
Which is oil country tubular goods.
Okay.
That means this is the pipe which is used as a consumable if you want to produce oil, and it goes inside the well.
Okay.
As far as we are concerned, we are basically trying to supply pipes for transporting this crude oil from the wellhead to the production facility and from then on to the refinery. So practically the business that we are seeing, as a matter of fact, our all-time high inquiry pending list today.
Which is linked to your OCTG or linked to the oil business,
No,
your business?
Yes, the point I'm trying to say that I think most of our customers have considered that a oil price of $50 to $60 is going to remain as a reality in the days to come. And we better be making profit at $60, for which we don't need to probably transport our oil by using rail. We must use a pipeline, and we must build a pipeline, because whatever cash we have conserved in our balance sheet, this is the time to invest and reduce your transportation cost as much as probably 300%. So we are seeing actually a tremendous upsurge in our business. And I think, the fact that, we started the year this year with a 1 million ton order. And, as of now, while we are talking, we have almost bidded for 4.8 million tons of business, which is likely to be concluded in the next maybe 1 quarter. So that's the kind of business that we are looking at as on today.
All right. Just stay on with us for a bit. We also had Blue Star Info's number flashing. The stock's gaining about 4% in trade. The top line grew by about 6%, while the bottom line came in at 7.3 crores versus 4.6 crores, which is about a 30 to 40% increase on that one. So Blue Star Info is gaining in trade today, about 2% as of now. But coming back to you, year on year, you said the company should be analyzed year on year. So the EBITDA has grown about 260% year on year, while the margins have come from 3.8% to 10.1%. How sustainable do you think it is, and what do you think you will do for FY16 in terms of margins?
I think what I can say that probably I think the results that you saw in 2015 is probably almost on the onset of things to be probably coming for Welspun Corp. And I must say that we would probably be following similar kind of a pattern. And I think we see one of the best business opportunities coming up, and more importantly, we see opportunities coming from those customers with whom Welspun had long-standing relationship. And I think this is the probably beginning of a far better period for Welspun Corp as has been before.
So in that case, what do we expect you to end FY16 in terms of your margins?
I have always sort of refrained from giving a guidance, but I can certainly say that probably we are on the course to probably repeat our performances, whatever we have given in the marketplace in the past.
Okay. I think I was just reading somewhere that the order book stands at 5,800 crore. But in the investor presentation which you did post your FY15 earnings, you said that the starting order book is 7,200 crore. Can you explain that? Has the order book declined?
No, see, because we started the year with about 1 million tons, which was about 7,000 odd crores.
Yes.
And generally, whatever quantity that we execute in a particular quarter, we actually, sort of replenish it by booking fresh orders.
Correct.
But unfortunately this year, I won't really call it unfortunately, I think it's a minor shift that, some of the orders which was supposed to be finalized in the first quarter is probably getting shifted to the second quarter. So probably while I will be speaking to you next quarter, I think the situation will be
So what
very
were
different.
the order wins in Q1 and how would it compare to an historical average?
Oh, Q1 we...
in the quarter gone by?
Yeah, that's right. I think we would have booked just about maybe 100 odd thousand tons.
Okay, and
Whereas
in rupees, what would that mean?
beg your pardon?
In rupees, crore, how much?
I won't have that figure as such.
But basically you didn't, some of the orders got pushed forward to Q2
Yes.
All right, thanks a lot for joining us. And the stocks gained about 3% from the day's low as well. And looking optimistic, Mr. Mehta from Welspun.